What's up, guys? Cheap Beast aka Noah back today bringing another video. This time we're doing the February sneaker releases. This month isn't going to be too crazy. From what I saw, there's a few things that are like really good. A lot of stuff got delayed from January, so you'll see a lot of the repeats if you guys watched last month's video. But then there's just some other stuff that's pretty okay, but nothing insane. There's actually one really good sneaker and it will resell for a ton. But then there's just other stuff that got delayed from last month, and kind of the better stuff from last month got delayed, and it's coming into February. So let's just check out everything that is coming in February. All right, so starting off the month, we start on the 4th. We have 3 sneakers all delayed from last month. The first one being the Ambush Nike Dunk High Cosmic Fuchsia. It's going to retail for $180. It, like I said, it was delayed from last month. It's loaded up on sneakers now, so you know it's coming out on the 4th. It's just really a bright pink Dunk High. That's pretty cool. The Nike swoosh is extended, and that's basically like the only difference from what I can see. It's a collab with Ambush, but nothing different from last month, so we'll just go to the next one. The next one is the Nike Dunk High Football Gray. This is actually going to be a women's release. It's going to release for $110. Like I said earlier, delayed from last month. It's just basically a gray Dunk High, gray and white Dunk High. It's all right, but it's probably going to do well since it got delayed a little bit. And then the last delayed sneaker coming out also on the 4th is the Nike Dunk Low Coast. It's going to retail for $100. It's also a women's release, delayed from last month. So it's just 2 women's releases and then the Ambush Dunks this month. The Coast actually looks pretty cool. I wish it was in men's sizing because it's kind of like a UNC colorway. I think it's actually technically UCLA, but nothing crazy. It's just another Dunk Low. All right, now to the new sneakers that are actually coming out for February. On the 6th is the Jordan 5 Anthracite. I think Anthracite. We'll go with that. It's going to retail for $190. Like I said, the colors listed are Anthracite, Wolf Gray, and Black. It's just basically like a black and gray with a little bit of white Jordan 5. It looks pretty clean. It's nothing special. If it was a collab, it'd probably do better, but it's just a gray and black Jordan 5. But if you're into Jordan 5s, I think it's a pretty good simple one. It's definitely one you can wear like almost all the time. And then we're jumping all the way to the 10th. This one's actually probably the biggest release of the month, mostly because of how limited it is. It's the Jordan 1 85 neutral gray. It hasn't actually released since 1985, so it's a 1985 model. I think it actually did come out last year for the All-Star game and the New Beginnings pack with the other 85 or the airship maybe, but it's going to retail for $200, and there's only 23,000 pairs, obviously 23 for Michael Jordan, and then I think just mostly the 23,000 because they're not going to release just 23 pairs. It is loaded up on sneakers. Obviously this one's going to sell out and it's going to resell for a decent amount. All right, the next one on the 11th is the Nike Air Foamposite 1 All-Star. It's going to retail for $230. It was originally going to be released for the All-Star game, which I assumed the neutral gray was also, but since the All-Star game isn't happening this year, it's still being released. It's going to release in a full family sizing. It's a mostly black Foamposite with like a greenish sole, which looks all right. I don't know if Foamposites are coming back or anything, but this is definitely one of the better Foamposites coming out in a while. I think I don't really follow Foamposites too much, but I decided to put it because I feel like it was one of the better releases of the month, especially since it's called an All-Star for the All-Star game, but there is no All-Star game this year. Also on the 11th, we have 3 more sneakers. I didn't realize the 11th was so busy, but the first one we have is the Clot Jordan 14 Low Terracotta. It's going to retail for $200. Like I said, it's a collab with Clot. I think Clot is either Japanese or Chinese brand. I'm not entirely sure on that, but the sneaker is inspired by the Terracotta Warriors, if you guys know what they are. I think they were found in a tomb protecting the tomb, and there's just a ton of them. You've probably seen it in history class or something, but they're just like a terracotta color. I know that's the name of the sneaker, but I don't really know how to describe the color, and I think there's like some pink accents, and then there's some other things on the sneaker. I think they look all right, but I don't really like the Jordan 14 Low. I don't really know if I like the Jordan 14 in general, and the Low doesn't make it any better. The next one is also a collab with Clot. It's the Jordan 35. I think the retail is about $220. I'm not completely sure on that, but the Jordan 35 is the latest performance sneaker, and so Clot is doing a collab with the Jordan on the 35. It's basically roughly the same thing. as the 14th, taking some of the same ideas, the terracotta warrior inspired thing. But for Jordan 35, I think it looks better than the 14 low. I think the 14 low will probably do a little bit better because the 35 is going to be more expensive and it's more of a performance-based sneaker. And then the last one coming out on the 11th is the Nike Dunk Low Hyper Cobalt. It's going to retail for $100. It's basically just a black and Hyper Cobalt. It looks like a royal colorway. I don't know if there's too much of a difference between the Hyper Cobalt and the royal, but it's nothing crazy. And at this point, I think they're kind of releasing a little too many dunks. I know they're still selling out. They're still probably reselling for a decent amount, but the past few months, I feel like every month has had multiple dunk lows, and nothing's changing about this month. And then on the 12th, we have the Jordan 1 Silver Toe. This is, again, a women's release, and it was another one that was delayed from January. I think it was in the January video. It's going to retail for $170. It's got metallic silver, like all over it, and then black. It's a women's release, and there's a women's release for the gold one too, the metallic gold one. It's basically the same thing as that, just silver this time. And then on the 13th, something I think was coming out last month, and I don't really know if it was from another video that I was thinking about putting on the list or it was going to come out in January, but it's the Jordan 6 Carmine. It's going to retail for $200. This was actually, the Carmine was actually worn to the beginning of the 91-92 season as Jordan's Jordan 6 model, and then he switched to Jordan 7, the second half of the model. It hasn't been released since 2014. It's the first one actually with the Nike Air on the back since the original model in 91. So if you're looking for one that has the Nike Air on it, it's going to be the first one since the 91 model. So it's pretty special. But if you're just looking for the Carmine, it's the first one since 2014. So it's been 6 years. So they haven't released it too recently, but it's been more recent than some of the other sneakers. If you like the Jordan 6 Carmine, if you've been looking forward to try like complete a Jordan worn collection, then definitely something you want to pick up. And then the next one on the 16th is the Nike Dunk High Vast Gray. It's going to retail for $100. And this one, again, was delayed from last month, but this is actually a men's release. It's just a different shade of gray from the football gray that I talked about earlier. I talked about this in the last video, basically just white and a little different shade of gray than one of the other Dunk Highs coming out this month. On the 20th, we have two sneakers. It's actually the only not Nike sneaker that I have on this list, except this first one. It's the Jordan 3 Cool Gray. It's going to retail for $190. Originally, it was released in 2007, and that one featured a leather upper. Or no, this one features a leather upper, sorry. And the last one featured a suede upper. And then it's got some yellow accents and then a red Jordan logo. I'm not a big fan of these, not a crazy fan of the 3. I have one pair of 3s, never worn them, probably going to sell them at some point. It's the fragment ones, but these look all right if you're into the cool gray, a super old colorway of a Jordan. And then this one also has the leather upper, which I think is probably better than the suede upper, in my opinion, because I don't know if I wear a ton of suede stuff. I definitely don't. So, and I feel like leather just keeps a little easier. And then the only Yeezy / Adidas sneaker I have on this list is the Yeezy 700 V3 Kyanite. We're going to go with that. It's going to retail for $200. It's mostly white with some blue streaks in it. If you guys know what the Azureth is, which is mostly blue with a little bit of white, it looks a lot like that, but instead of mostly blue, it's mostly white, but it's got the same blue streaks in it. I think this actually looks better than the Azureth. So I like this one, and I may actually try to go for it as the only Yeezy coming out. There's potentially another one, but you never know with Yeezy. Sometimes it gets delayed a ton, so I just kind of leave those off the list unless it's confirmed. This is the only one confirmed this month. And then the last sneaker that has been confirmed is Jordan 4 Taupe Haze. It's going to retail for $200. I'm pretty sure this was delayed from January, and I think I said back in that video, this is obviously one of the bigger releases of the month. If it was a Travis Scott collab, it would have gone insane. There's been a ton of reviews already. People have got it early in hand. I think it's one of the better looking sneakers, and I don't know why they moved it all the way to the 27th, because it seemed like that's kind of far away if it was going to be released in January. But like I said, going to be one of the bigger releases of the month, probably the second biggest after the 85 Jordan 1s. So you got to wait all the way to the second to last day in February to pick this one up. And then the only one I didn't know what it was, but I feel like it's going to be released this month because I've seen it, and it's at least going to be released other parts of the world and not just the US. It's the Nike SB Dunk Low Pink Pig. It's going to retail for $100. It's got basically an entire pink suede upper, as you guys see. It was inspired by the Porsche 917/20. I don't know exactly what the numbering system for Porsche is, but it was a race car back in the day. It raced in Le Mans, I think. It's a big race. I don't really know too much about it, but that's what it's based off of. I don't really know if it had like more racing things on it, but it's basically just a completely pink suede upper. I know it's the same color as the race car, but I think it's going to be pretty limited because I think it's coming out as skate shops, at least first. I don't know if it's coming out later, but it's going to be pretty limited, and it's a Nike SB Dunk Low, which does better than the normal Dunk Lows. So it's definitely going to sell out, and it's probably one of the better sneakers of the month if it does come out. All right, so that was everything for February. Not a crazy month. Obviously, the 85s are a lot better, and I think that the All-Star game was happening, there probably would have been some better releases, but since it's not, they definitely probably push some stuff back or just spread out stuff throughout the year. So hopefully March is better. I think February's all right, but like I said, nothing too crazy. So hopefully March gets better and we get a lot more hype sneakers. Hopefully Off-White's come out pretty soon. So thank you guys for watching. Tell me what your guys' favorite sneaker of the month below, and then don't forget to like and subscribe. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.